Hello. So I'll now have to consider continue browsing the old web, even though the last time when I actually tried to improve the proxy server by making a few caches, my brain pretty much just got fried in general. So in this case, we'll probably have lots of trouble with browsing the web unless there's something normal. So I assume the main problem the last time when I was trying to browse it was the case of opening some kind of secure pages, the websites that use HTTPS, and that basically kind of screws up the proxy server, and then I have no idea how should I even make a workaround with that. So I'll probably have to tweak that in the future, or we'll see. So yeah, back to this, and at this point we'll try to browse year 2002, and we'll try to go explore the web through directory at least. So at this point we might as well go with health at least. And I'm not sure if that's actually not found or something else is wrong. That returns okay. Wait. Just don't tell me that something. Oh, thank God. It didn't break. It's just that page. I was already imagining that even at this point that when I try to open some pages that something will actually fail. It's getting kind of insane at that point. If you have any suggestions, still write down a message either way, so I can actually see if I can browse that page or website, whichever thing you actually suggest. So here we can check sports. No, for the categories, so there's a bunch of them. We could go with bowling. If that's going to, okay, it's still loading. Jacob, hold on, checking the message. So I saw your lose video. Someone made a Windows version of lose. It even made a safe version of it. I didn't actually check out that after a while, even though not sure how should I say it. Do you think that I should actually try to check it out in the future, or I mean I could, but yeah, I would actually need to like set up to see if it's going to work on Windows version, and even the safe version should be kind of okay to even to play. It's not well, the problem itself, it's not that dangerous. It only depends on the case how much you'll play in the situation. So we'll check out Virtual Ball, see what's in here. There might be some games. It's like the portal for bowling. Oh, and first pop-up. Tell a friend about Virtual Ball and you could win up to $10,000 when you do. Actually, you can win $10,000 when you do. So what should I enter? Like the name, your email, then the message, and then your friends' emails to actually spam them up. Along with including the newsletter and even trying to actually how to say to join the sweepstakes to win $10,000 and Sega Dreamcast. And let me know if you can actually win other great prizes under the quotes. Okay then, Jacob, I'll probably see if I'll probably check it out on YouTube to see about lose. In that case, if I'll make video about it, maybe I'll I'll probably see what I can do with that. So this is a kind of service, so I can actually even open the terms of service. No, that's dead. Hold on a sec, let me see. Nope, that's completely dead. More. Nope. Privacy policy, nothing. Can you actually even browse the web. Jam your website with traffic is the recommended referral network. So basically this is like the this is like a service for referrals, which basically you end up with this pop-up, try to fill up something, and then getting into some kind of sweepstakes in this case. It should work there. Join. Oh, there is a privacy policy after all, even though that link probably is broken in that case. Yeah, it's probably broken. Damn scrolling. So I'm just checking the privacy policy in this case. So usually from here you can see what's actually being sent or submitted. If you can actually understand it at this point. Most internet users click on the recommended button and are temporarily transported to our website where they fill out forms to send the recommended emails to their friends and colleagues. Registering users are asked for information including their full name, email address, zip code, and country information. The data entered into these forms is kept strictly confidential, assuming under the quotes, and they do not sell, transfer, or otherwise distribute that data. Other than the initial email created for use of the service, they will not contact the recipient of that email at any time, and only in the case if they actually enter the contest, then they'll get the mail for the successful entry. So nothing still specific about wait. Okay, they use the IP address to like log for a bit, and then the cookies probably for the user experience, basically ads, I assume. Well, we'll go back to this. Go back, which we are already wasting a lot of time with that. Let's see if we can actually play something here. Shockball. One of the games that I probably wanted to play even before, and I actually never managed to launch it. Let's see if it's going to even launch in here or not. Oops. Well, I think we did not have any kind of noise until now, and now it actually managed to crash. Sorry about that. I forgot that I had speakers off. Ooh. There's one more problem, I think. I'm actually not sure where the sound is going from. Oh yeah, my mistake. The sound is actually coming from the speakers and not from headphones, and that's what's also causing the problem for me. So much of trouble already. Let's see if we can actually go back. So we were at bowling, and at virtual ball, online games, shock ball. Let's try again. Or actually, let's just keep the extra link on so we can actually relaunch it. We'll probably try other browsers. Alright, so a fatal error has occurred. Click OK to quit. Apparently, shockball is already too shocking for for Internet Explorer. Let's see if I can actually launch it from some other browser. So I have a few of them. So we'll go with RetroZilla. So that's the most modern one. Maybe I have a feeling that I'll regret this already. So somehow this damn thing managed to paste my Twitter link, I think. Yeah. Somehow I did copy the link for the shock ball, and yeah, even then it manages to not to paste it. How the hell is that even possible? Now let me open this damn thing again. So let's copy the shortcut and paste over here. Yeah. It's either not working or this is not tweaked for proxy. Yeah, it's not tweaked for the proxy. We'll skip that for now. We'll use one not browser. Jacob, so what's your opinion on Windows 11? So Jacob, Windows 11 is literally almost close to the cloud-only operating system. So basically, you technically don't have even a lot of freedom at this point. I personally did not use it, but a few of my friends actually tried it, and they had lots of trouble in general. So besides of actually having some few more restricted stuff, the most recent thing that my friend actually had was the situation where he got a laptop, and then he actually wanted to to update the drivers, like replace the GPU drivers, and for some reason Windows 11 kept replacing them with their own version, and there was no possible way to actually there's no option to actually revert to those changes or even remove the drivers that Windows actually installed by default. So something like that. So you have no option to actually install your own drivers. Instead, they force you to install whatever they prefer in that case. So that's maybe the main reason why, not the main reason, it's one of the reasons why Windows 11 sucks. I've also seen like the new design about it, and it's terrifying in my case. So you have a kind of run concept and all that, but there's also a possibility of more restricted ways to actually to have stuff stored properly. So you have like one drive, which most likely is going to like lock in all of your files into the cloud. By that I mean like you have no option to actually disable that, or you probably won't be able to in the future. And there's also the main problem with not using Microsoft account. So if you actually want to use Windows 11 offline, or just like not bind to any kind of Microsoft account at all, that's simply not possible unless you actually do some workarounds. So that's a few of the reasons why I will not actually like that. So if I actually have to consider upgrading to newer version of Windows, I'll probably consider going with Windows 10, because at least at that point that can be still tweaked enough to actually make it less, how to say, less of a spyware than the Windows 11. I did actually get, I recently managed to get like one SSD where I'll most likely install Linux on. So I still don't know which distribution, and maybe one more SSD for Windows 10, not 11. Wait, this doesn't actually work with this. Is there one more browser that can work with this? Then does Opera work? No, I need to make a new page. At least one browser should. Wait, how the hell? Okay, so Opera went completely somewhere. I don't know where. Alright, we're remaining at Mozilla at least. Please don't tell me that's... So basically, this actually won't work. So we had like 3 browsers, and apparently I do not have any Shockwave plugin for other browsers. Maybe other games will work, so Liquid Splat, let's see if that... Is that Shockwave still? Wait a second, that's the whole game, like that minus screen. See how quickly you can gobble all the flies. It's a new game and... Oh. So I'm gonna prorogate it and just try to get rid of all flies. And this is like a bowling website. Only 3 more. Yeah. Next time, aren't they delicious? In half a minute. Very small game. This could be actually like a game that can be put on advertisements. It's literally that small. Can even like make a chain how to say, chain splat by trying to aim when most of them are in the when they are mostly nearby. Ooh, ooh. Is that under the pattern? Oh. Oof. It's not that easy after all. Okay, let's go back. If we can go back, right? Oh, now I get it. So basically this frame is kinda messing around, which also includes some other content. So that's a great thing. Hopefully I'll get Linux in the future, and then I'll probably be more peaceful than just using Windows after all. Okay, back here. A few more back. What about the bowling tips? The last time when I actually went bowling, it was usually I usually sucked at it. So I get a ball, I try to fill the fingers in the holes, and then try to roll off. Then it's usually going in the case where I actually get a gutter ball, or strike, or even a fall. I usually screw it up a few times by making a fall. And when I actually played it first time, I actually managed to get a split on the first attempt. So that's usually going up in a way where I actually cannot do the spare at that point. Oh, what's this? Oh god, even more trouble. The damn page either froze or... Come on. Should be okay, or... Nope. Lots of trouble. If I just keep scrolling, it's suddenly going to break. Right, now it should be safe. So I had to like stop the browser to make sure it doesn't screw up any further. So yeah. So for the tips for bowling, don't go for the heavier ball automatically. Try a lighter ball. When I actually went playing bowling the last time, they had like from range of 8 to 12 kilograms, I think. So I initially went with 8 kilograms, and then in the end I went with 12 kilograms. but I kind of prefer the like 8 kilograms at that point. If that's even the actual true weight, I think. I'm not sure if that's actually correct or not. Like 8 kilos or 12, but I think it is. So the bowling etiquette, observe one lane, courtesy roll. So we didn't actually bother checking other lanes. Don't stop your approach until after the person who's in the lane next to you is finished rolling the ball. You know Buns, yeah, you know Buzzbody, right? Well, the website has been constantly changing owners, and someone did something on the website that just changed everything. I won't spoil it. See it for yourself. I assume that's the point where they. I think that's like the Bonzibody.tk, right? And I assume that depending on the ownership of the website, it's usually ending up with various memes or actual trash, or I don't know. Last time, what I remember seeing is like some kind of like rainbow like animation with some kind of music, but I don't know at this point what's actually going on. Maybe I'll say it in the future. Remind me in the case if I actually forget at any point. So now back to this. Don't make any loud or sudden noises while others on the approach. I usually make a mess. I usually make a lot of trouble when I try to, and when I'm actually doing anything. So even when I'm in a car and someone's driving, and I look at the road and then I go do some like kind of spontaneous behavior, like ooh 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 ooh, like some kind of a noise like that, and it actually annoys the driver to the point they are actually getting stressed about it. So so I've tried to actually refrain from that in the future. So that's one of the reasons why this is actually even mentioned. Now for the bringing drinks into the area, this I'm as far as I'm aware, all of the snacks and the drinks we had are mostly behind the lane, not in front of it either way. And having a happy heart and not using with profanity, that should be still some basic manners. So that's fair. So if shooting for pins that aren't down in the middle, move to the opposite side. Shoot balls that comes to the pin on the right half. Actually, still don't know the whole logic with throwing the ball. It's always like going. I just like throw it and that's all. I did manage to get like strike or two at once, but that's mostly random. So then hoping the ball straight and so what's with the tips? Or that's the same page. Oh, what's this? Few more bowling chips. Few do's and don'ts from all of you. First most practice. Flex your knees about an inch or so in the stance. This is one of the best and comfortable positions in the stance. In addition, this helps coordination and alleviates muscular strain and tension in the legs and feet. Don't constrict your muscles. It's very common for those bowlers who are very rigid and tense in the stance. Do center your shoulders properly in the stance. Good delivery is impossible without proper shoulder alignment. Don't control the ball with the pads of your fingers and thumb. Wait a second. Don't control the ball with the pads of your fingers and thumb. I think that's what I was actually doing last time. Even the last time. Shoulder primarily control at the inside edges of the holes. The rim on the thumb hole where the thumb exits the ball, and along with the rim areas of the finger holes that are closest to the thumb hole, which also serve as exit points for the fingers. Do keep your grip relaxed throughout the stance and the approach. Squeezing the ball leads to an erratic and non-repetitive release routine. A grip is good only if it eliminates the necessity, how to say, necessity to squeeze the ball in order to hold it, while allowing for a quick and clean release at the proper instant. Squeezing is brought on by attention or a poorly fitted bowling ball. Don't put your thumb into the ball first. If you do, the chances are high that it will be inserted too deep or not deep enough, and consequently the depth of your finger insertion it will be similarly affected. So this is kind of going a bit more central in this case. So basically, it's kind of giving a tips like to be the ball or like feel the ball and be the ball, like all that central stuff where you actually kind of make your kind of end up with your ball being a girlfriend friend or something. Do keep your no wait. Do keep your elbow behind the ball throughout the swing. Don't wear the weight of your backswing. Do take your non-sliding step heel to toe. So is that like that behavior from the when Fred from Flintstones usually goes with the feet, just like heel to toe and then throw the ball. No, I assume that's like usually the basics of actual bowling. So you still may have to make some kind of balance, and you have to like do the same pattern all the time to ensure that you actually can make a strike or at least a spare at some point. And this page has a very odd pattern. So it's cyan and purple along with black for a bit. So what's left? No, don't drift strongly. Do stay at the line and watch your ball. So what's this about? Stay and watch the ball. A lot of bowlers, especially women, throw the ball and then turn around and walk back. So you need to watch the ball actually roll over your mark its line of travel and where the ball makes contact with the pins. Then you'll be in a better position to make those needed adjustments, moving feet mark left or right to bring the ball to the pocket. So that's basically at this point you actually have to see what you're actually doing to you can actually realize what you're doing wrong. Don't wait too long to make those adjustments. Do keep your mind on the present and not on the past. I'm sure everyone of us at one time or another has got upset at a bad game or frame. Staying upset will not change the past, but may affect the next game or frame. It's all now concentrate on the present. I had like that. I usually have like the problem with minor depression and anxiety to the point where it feels like when I play in teams, and even if I actually screw up something, it's going to end up that it's going to give me a feeling that I've done something wrong. So that kind of gives the point in here that you should just keep staying in the present or technically in the future instead of just sticking to the past in this case. So yeah, even at this point I'm just speaking like this, and even though I kind of remember now what I was actually doing all the time on YouTube in the past, and now I have to like I still have like some anxiety to the point where I don't feel that I managed to make some success at it. So after all, oh dear God, this scrolling is insane. I'll probably have to switch to another mouse, just for the sake of this. So just just note. So when you try to scroll up like this with a mouse movement, and if you're using VMware and you have Logitech mouse G402, which is like the hero mouse, you'll most likely have this problem, and there's no way to fix it except for actually switching to another mouse, or I'm not sure if it's actually working if I try to disconnect to actually manually connect the mouse to the virtual machine, but that's I don't think that's possible for Windows 98 at this point. Or maybe I should actually try switching this to PS2 cable. But that's maybe another story still. So, remember, we all go through sometimes when we don't know what's wrong, go back to basics. Walk straight and follow through. Relax and enjoy the game. Uh, what's annoying? Sorry, Jacob, I was kind of out of focus. So what's annoying? Yeah. So this is someone's personal page. Let's see if we can actually get to the main page. It should be. Well, oh wait, is this an animation? Is that JavaScript or? Yeah, it's JavaScript. Oh dear God. Oh, yeah, yeah. That the scrolling is annoying. That's it. I even forgot about that. Right. If we go back to this, let's see if we can actually get it. Yeah. So the bowling in the Southwest Virginia has moved to a new server. Yeah. So this goes to WCWA, which is Bowling in South Virginia, Wise County Women Bowling Association. What kind of font is that? Whoa. That's random. Right, let's see. So now there should be some images around here, but I don't see them loading still. Oh, god damn it. Apparently. Oh. Apparently the website is broken beyond recognition. So even though you can actually see everything in here, it actually kind of fails to the point that where it will. Oh dear god, it's now it's even worse. Oh Jesus. Okay, I think it's safe. Okay, so West Country Women Bowling Association, bowling in West Virginia with how to say that scrolling text on with that scrolling text on. That should be like Marky, right? Marky. Oh, it's actually going even back. Let's see. That should be located above background color. Hold on a sec. So this is it. Bowling in Southwest Virginia. Yeah, that's Marky. That's the Marky element. Oh, and memory of that tragic day on 9/11. So that's been a while. So this is at least the year 2002 at this point. So it's been not been a long since then. Let's see if we can find some trivia. So this cost a tripod. So that's one of those services that they usually give the option to actually host your own website for free, I think. Oh, and let's see if we can actually even play that, or wait, it's actually nah, it's actually not even working. Hey, alert. So bowling, sometimes called 10 pins. 10 pins? Never heard about that word. So it's an indoor game played on polished wooden or synthetic floor by individuals or teams. Bowling is most popular in the US, where more than 80 million people actively participate. And that also gives the reason why every single TV show actually has at least one episode with bowling. At least that's as far as I even know. Every time when I watch any kind of like show, there's gonna be bowling at some point. The pencil is a GIF image. We could no. Oh wait, what's this? This is actually a pop-up from before for like us, or actually maybe it's a pop-up, but it kind of jumped through the other time. Oh, and here's the dog. I remember seeing that dog in some places, but I still don't know its origin. Like, who actually made that image? And this, I mean, this is not like the original. This is most likely not like the original animation, or it is. I don't know. Like I've seen like the one where the dog just keeps running around on its own. So yeah, let me just remind myself what are the actual basics for bowling. So in the US game, contestants are all balls which have two or commonly three finger holes for gripping toward 10 15-inch wooden pins. The pins are arranged in triangular formation with a headpin 60 feet from a full line. The balls made of variety of materials are 8.5 inch diameter and must not weigh more than 16 pounds. Hold on a sec. It's 8.5 inch and 16 pounds. So I assume so. Is that so? I assume that's still like when I actually mentioned the size of the weight of the balls. So that kind of explains like from 8 to 16 pounds, I think, or it's still kilograms. I'm not sure. So the bowler who rolls the ball on the hand has a runway of at least 15 feet long from which the ball may be released. A ball game is divided into 10 frames. The object of the game is to knock down all of the pins in the first, or if if necessary, the second of the two rolls allowed in each frame. Each pin that is knocked down counts at 1 point. Knocking down oh, dear God, I'm really breaking up. In general, I just want to like speak to actually get a bit of more training with speech. I do not speak a lot, so I try to speak in the meantime to actually give myself some training. So a bowling game is divided into 10 frames. The object of the game is to knock down all the pins on the first, or if necessary, the second of the two rolls allowed in each frame. Each pin that is knocked down counts as 1 point. Knocking down all the pins with the first ball is called a strike, and it's scored as 10 points plus a bonus determined by the points gained in the next two rolls. If a bowler should continue to roll only strikes throughout the game, a total of 12 attempts, because the two bonus tries are allowed in the 10th frame, the result will be a very perfect game 300. If two deliveries are needed to knock down all the pins in a frame, the outcome is called a spare. A bowler is then awarded 10 points plus a bonus of the score on the next roll. If a spare is made in the final frame, one extra roll is allowed, and that is added to the score. Okay. So there are so many ancient GIFs, GIFs or GIFs, my mistake, I'll mix that. On the internet, I don't even know who created them, not gonna lie, or we actually. I'll agree because there are many GIFs or GIFs or GIFs around that are probably kind of how to say a lost cause. You'll probably find them somewhere, but you probably don't know the origin unless you know like a specific person who has their own website where they host all of their images, and hoping that they have some kind of proof with that, more or less. So yeah, getting a strike and getting a perfect game, never managed to do that. It's impossible for me either way, and also had a like odds with getting spare. Well, we'll go back. Let's not just read everything. Oh, and this didn't get killed. Badly killed. So we'll try to play one more game. Okay, Pac-Man or Asteroids. Maybe this will actually be more sane. Wait a second. I remember seeing something over there. What? Ah, never mind. So this actually crashes. So no Pac-Man in that case. Can I actually launch that other game though? Oh, yeah, that's the recommendation page. Wait a second, is that? Well, that seems still strange because that page like is not logged at all. So this virtual ball web page is not in the history at all. So I don't know what causes that either. And again, the pop-up. Okay, let me see if we can actually launch asteroids. If not, we'll move to something else. I have a feeling that it's going to crash. Well, it actually fails to load. Let's see why. Yeah, that's because the class file itself doesn't exist at this point. So no way to actually play it. But when you actually go back and try to look at the actual keys that you have to use, they use like A, Z, K, L. Like all of those keyboard layouts are the most awkward ones. Well, you could actually expect that Adobe has killed Flash because uh, just because it's like a plugin and it's no longer needed because of that goddamn, how to say, HTML5 with JavaScript basically. Even though they could have just like make it open source and everything will be just fine. We will actually have like a proper runtime, still active plugins, and we will be still able to actually use Flash properly as much as possible, and not just like, how to say, not just like ending up with everything better in Flash and that's it, the end of the end of the whole generation of Flash games. And yeah, as I've said, for the Java games in this case, you have like to move up and down, left, right. You have to use Y, G, J, and N. And the layout in here, it makes no sense. So it's G. So wait, no, Y is for up, G is for left, J is for right, and N is from down. So that kind of goes wrong. I'll just show it with the. Wait, is there a keyboard in here? Oh god damn it! There's no on-screen keyboard in here, right? Damn it! I should have gotten that to get it. Well, never mind. So just let you know, it's usually just getting like those odd keyboard layouts that are usually terrible for playing. So until someone actually just suggested to use WASD and arrow keys, that's fine. Any other combination is just wrong. We will go back to the web directory at this point. Let's see. We'll check science at this point. Science for now. We'll go with chemistry. Long time in high school. Not high school actually. Kind of high school, kind of primary school. I kind of actually like chemistry just because of those experiments. Like you can actually just put one chemical, second chemical, and bam, something happens. So basically that's the whole point. And when the math kicks in, then it gets very boring. Yeah, I don't think that. No, Windows 98 doesn't have an on-screen keyboard in this case, so that's not possible at this point. I know what you meant, even that's what I actually wanted to run, but Windows 98 doesn't seem to have it. So that's available in Windows Me and Windows 2K, but this is 98. So yeah, one more reason why I shouldn't actually cause such a mess with that. Unless I have some kind of other program for that, but I don't think I do. Yeah, I do not think that I have anything specific for that, for the keyboards. I'll have to probably make another virtual machine where I have like all the utilities that I might probably need in the future. But for now, I'm not sure at this point. So yeah, back to this. Let's see what other category I could choose. Room 103. So what's this? Okay, that's dead. About chemistry. Jacobson's organ and sixth sense. Is ESP for real? Do humans have a sixth sense? to use to detect pheromones and trace amount of other chemicals. Ooh, oh no, not again. Not again. I really have no idea what's actually causing that. Okay, let's see what's about this. Ah, damn it. Wait a second. Let me just... How things work. Wait, it works now. Okay, I think that my proxy thing is very, very screwed up. I mean, it can work, but I'll just only have to hope that I don't break it even further at this point. I really hope that the Internet Archive isn't going to kill me for this. And I hope that I'm not actually digging around. So like, what's about this? So traditionally, humans have been taught to come equipped with 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Animals possess several extra senses, including ultra vision and hearing, echolocation, electric and/or magnetic field detection, and supplementary chemicals detection senses. In addition to taste and smell, most vertebrates use Jacobson's organ. Hold on a sec. Is there a link to this? Let's see. So what's Jacobson's organ? Alright. So the description of the Jacobson's organ. The vomeronasal nasal organ, a chemosensory organ located in the nasal septum or roof of the mouth in the vertebrates. Also known as vomeronasal organ, vomeronasal pits. Examples: one type of the pits in snakes. Common misspellings: Jacobson's organ. So I don't think we have that right, or we actually have it. I mean, I never heard about it in general, so I assume that we don't. So let me give a bit of more voice training in here. So we're stuck on the first paragraph. While snakes and other reptiles flick substances into Jacobson's organ with their tongues, several mammals, example cats, exhibit the Fleischmann reaction. Then Fleischmanning, oh dear god, it's like every single second word is something new. When Fleischmanning, an animal appears to sneer as it curls its upper lip to better expose the twin vomeronasal organs from chemical sensing. In mammals, Jacobson's organ is used not simply to identify minute quantities of chemicals, but also for subtle communication between other members of the same species, through the emission and reception of chemical signals called pheromones. In 1800s, Danish physician L. Jacobson detected structures in a patient's notes that became termed Jacobson's organ, although the organ was actually first reported in humans by F. Rusich in 1703. Since its discovery, comparisons of human and animal embryos led the scientists to conclude that Jacobson's organ in humans corresponded to the pit in snakes and vomeronasal organs in other mammals. But the organ was thought to be vestigial, no longer functional in humans. While humans don't display the Fleischmann reaction, recent studies have demonstrated that Jacobson's organ functions as in other, accounting for an improved sense of smelling during pregnancy and possibly implicated in morning sickness. So that kind of implies that that we actually have the organ, not kind of functional, but we can still kind of work at this point. Since extrasensory perception, or ESP, is awareness of the world beyond the senses, it will be inappropriate to term this sixth sense extrasensory, After all, the warmer nasal organ connects to the amygdala of the brain and relays information about the surroundings in essentially the same manner as any other sense. Like ES3, however, the sixth sense remains somewhat elusive and hard to describe. So basically, the clickbait of the title in this case, it's not a sixth sense, and it's basically just like some minor sense in, overall. And let me close this. Let me just see if we can actually. Let me just check this online for a bit. So yeah, the organ. So this should be the vomeronasal organ. I'm just checking the Wikipedia for a bit and then I'll see. Okay, I'll open it over here. Hopefully Retrozilla should work at this point. If that's still actually the old thing, it should be fine. Apparently... Come on, let me... So basically, so I assume that this is not possible, or security at any point. Yeah. So yeah, then at this point this is not even possible to actually check it out over here. So let me just switch to the window for a bit to actually check out check out that page. Hold on a sec. Oh, come on. All right, let's see. So for the Wikipedia, the vertebral or vomeronasal organ. All right, that's it. That's the one. So yeah, that's the Jacobson's organ. That's placed. Okay, and that's so the frontal section of nasal cavities of a human embryo, 28 millimeters long. So the Jacobson's organ and the snake is basically here. Garden snake. And this stallion receiving the flame in the response. Where's it? What? Hold on a sec. Continue mode. So I still cannot actually imagine this from this perspective. So not sure if we'll actually evolve to actually make this more effective. Even though I did see some websites actually, like on AliExpress, I've seen some like pheromones under the quotes, even on Amazon, where you can actually buy the pheromones to actually get some kind of like potency for whichever sensual experience. Which is, I think basically that's like just getting like some kind of ginseng thing and then consume it, but overall I will not say that's still kind of the safest thing ever. Yeah, so there is like the Maypal and Chameleon. Just the problem in here is that you have a situation with, how do you say, with security levels. So at this time you basically have lots of security protocols that did exist for a while. So initially you had like SSL, SSL2, SSL3, then TLS1, which is the highest for Internet Explorer in this case. But you also had TLS 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and basically anything after 1.3 is no longer, has no fallback, so it actually won't work at all. And there's also the problem with HTTP 2. All the browsers probably cannot actually browse the web as usual anymore because of that. So when you try to open some page that uses like HTTP 2 only, it won't load at all. So that's another problem. So wait, so let's see if I can actually try to go with Wikipedia over here. So as long as they actually had an old copy, no, wait, I screwed up the protocol again. So anything that goes with HTTPS is just going to go to hell. So basically at this point this should work, or no, wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, it works. It's just that this damn thing keeps causing a lot of trouble. So yeah, so basically this is all the same thing without the pictures though. So it's at least nice that Wikipedia works. Like, let's go back for a bit and see what we can actually find something else. Chemistry, pharmacology, toxicology. So this should be the government's website, National Library of Medicine databases and other information services related to toxicology, hazard, how to say, hold on a sec, how to say, hazardous chemicals and environmental health. Will it load? Right, it loads. So the Specialized Information Services Division of the National Library of Medicine is responsible for information resources and services in toxicology, environmental health, chemistry, HIV, AIDS, and specialized topics in minority health. And here we can see one of the few options. So we can actually check chemical information. So let's see, ChemID plus a database of 350,000 chemical records. But yeah, that actually requires now submitting the stuff in here. But hold on a sec. Can actually. I think that this is not going to work because. Yeah, because this is like getting a request that is not possible at this point. Let's see if this section. Hey, or actually we can check the super list. There might be something in here. Okay, so there's actually a lot of those now. So I'm okay. Okay, sorry. So Jacob, sorry, as far so you tell me that it's actually possible to actually get a Wikipedia mirror over the old net. So let me just check that around for a bit. Let's see if that's. Okay, I'm not unable to find it actually around. And just note, YouTube doesn't actually allow you to write links, so you'll probably have to like type it in a way where it's actually not like a link, but just like write it as a domain by replacing the dots with the like the bracketed dot, like dot as a word. So basically, if you try to actually send the link, send it as something that does not look like a link in that case. So I'm still checking for the mirror in this case, but apparently when I search on Google, I cannot actually find anything about the Wikipedia mirror in this case. Okay, so with a quick look up, apparently I cannot actually check the Wikipedia mirror. So I will have to probably fall back with the plain Wayback Machine way. So let me see about here what can actually, if there's anything that I've seen. Okay, so uranium is the natural, or to say, natural element that we all probably know. So let's see where can we start. So what is uranium? How might we be exposed to uranium? How can it enter and leave the body? Can it affect health? And the levels of exposure. So it's a Wikipedia proxy, Jacob. So I assume that I'll probably have to just dig up for a while and see if I can actually find some better way to actually get the access to that. But still, ironically, this is still using the proxy itself. Like my server is already using the proxy itself. So I'll probably have to do it in the future to actually tweak that for a bit and actually make it a bit more logical. Actually, what I'm supposed to do is actually start over with the server again and find a better way to actually store the pages and load the pages. I think I know the way for the next time, unless I forget it. Okay, so I'll do few more training of the voice at this point. So yeah, get ready for that. So what is uranium? Natural uranium is a silver-colored metal that is radioactive. Small amounts of uranium are present in rocks, soil, water, plants, and animals, and contribute to the weak background radiation from those sources. Soil commonly contains variable amounts, but the average is about 2 parts uranium per million parts of soil. 2 ppm. What's ppm though? Let me check for a bit. I remember seeing ppm of parts per million. My mistake. This is equivalent to a tablespoon of uranium in a truckload of dirt. Fertilizers made from phosphate rocks contain higher amounts of uranium than natural soils. Some rocks and minerals in underground and open pit mines also contain uranium in a more concentrated form. After these rocks are mined, uranium is extracted and chemically converted into uranium dioxide or other usable forms. The remaining rock from which uranium has been extracted is called depleted ore or mill tailings. Isn't that like I would say slag at some point? No. The slag is basically the remains of smelted or no, basically the remains of as a result of smelting some kind of a mixture of metals where you actually get the pure ingot and the slag as the remains of other elements. I think that it's like that. Okay, back to the thing over here. So natural uranium is composed of 3 forms called isotopes of uranium: uranium-234, uranium-235, and uranium-238. As far as I remember, there are no stable isotopes in this case. Basically, it's not stable at all. It's radioactive, so it's always kind of. So basically, it has like. So as far as I know, it has like kind of half-life which is I think it's like the time, or it's at least half of the possible time that it actually technically disappears. I think that's like for the half-life thing. Let's see if we can actually. Let me open the other page and see if we can actually. Come on, paste. Jeez. Okay, so it should be half-life, I think. The definition. Hold on, let's see if we can actually. Oh, once again, secure that goddamn thing. Okay. So yeah, as I've said, so yeah, so the half-life of a radioactive isotope is the time that it takes for the half of atoms in a pure sample of the isotope to decay into another element. So that's what I actually wanted to check. So those are the 3 isotopes. So the amount of uranium-238 in natural uranium is more than 99%. The uranium-235 is present at just 0.72% in natural uranium, but it's more radioactive and therefore more hazardous than uranium-238. Uranium-235 is used in nuclear bombs and nuclear reactors. In an industrial process by which the percent of uranium-235 is concentrated is called enrichment, and the uranium obtained in this way is called enriched uranium. uranium-234 is even less abundant than uranium-235, so it can be ignored for most practical purposes. Uranium-238 is not stable, but it breaks down into two parts. This process of breakdown is called decay. The decay of uranium-238 produces a small part called alpha radiation and a large part called the decay product. The breakdown of uranium-238 to its decay products happens very slowly. In fact, it takes 4.5 billion years for one half of the uranium-238 to break down. 4.5 billion years is the half-life of uranium-238. As far as I'm aware, that's basically uranium is probably the only radioactive. I think it's the only radioactive element that can be mostly safe in that case. Most of other elements have like very smaller half-life as far as I'm aware, and only uranium is kind of safe enough for that. If you actually know about the uranium, like those things called uranium, oh god, how do you actually called uranium? Uranium. Oh god, how do you actually call that whole set? Oh yeah, uranium glassware. I think you actually. I'm not sure if anyone actually has seen those at any point, but I'm not sure how should I actually show it in here though. Well, maybe we can actually find it in the future, but for now we can stay still with this. So let me continue. So thorium, the decay of a product of uranium, is also not stable, and it continues to decay until stable lead is formed. During the decay processes, the apparent uranium-238 its decay products, and their subsequent decay products release a series of new elements and radiation, including such elements as radium and radon, alpha and beta particles, and gamma radiation. Alpha particles cannot pass through human skin, whereas gamma radiation passes through more easily. Is that like for the gamma rays, like the X-rays, maybe? Maybe. Because of the slow rate of the decay, the total amount of natural uranium in the Earth stays almost the same, but it can be moved from place to place through natural processes or by human activities. When rocks are broken up by water or wind, uranium becomes a part of the soil. When it rains, the soil containing uranium can go into rivers and lakes. Mining, milling, manufacturing, and other human activities also move uranium around the natural environments. We use the uranium mainly in nuclear power plants and nuclear weapons. Very small amounts are used in making some ceramics, light bulbs, photographic chemicals, and household products. So I'm not sure if that applies for the glassware or not, though. So how can I be exposed to uranium? So since uranium is found nearly everywhere, you can be exposed to it in the air, water, food, and soil. We know roughly the average amounts of uranium in food, from 0.08 to 70 micrograms per kilogram, and drinking water 0.4 to 1.4 micrograms per liter, which is basically like 1 microgram is 1 out of 1 millionth of a gram. Most people in the United States take in some uranium with their food every day. I think so. This can actually apply to most of those kind of toxic materials, actually elements. So there is like there are some recent controversy about lead being in many products, even though it's technically on the very small amount. Basically, it's kind of small to the point where it's actually acceptable. I think the recent controversy that was about with G Fuel, when I actually remember seeing like that online where they say that it actually had like lead in it, like there's like kind of warning, and even though in that case it's technically safe, but it's actually impossible to actually keep it like completely lead free. I guess. Now the thing about that is, actually I want I'm not sure what I actually want to say. I've already forgot what at this point. So let me continue. So root vegetables such as beets and potatoes tend to have a little more uranium than other foods. In a few places, the concentration of uranium is higher in the water than in the food. People in these areas take in more uranium from their drinking water than from their foods. Your daily intake of uranium may be greater than average if you live near uranium mines or processing plants or an uncontrolled waste site containing uranium, eat food grown in contaminated soil or drink water that contains unusually high levels of uranium. Normally, very little of uranium in lakes, rivers, or oceans get into the fish or seafood we eat. The amount of air is usually so small that it can be safely ignored. So basically, as far as I'm aware, so most of like root vegetables that usually absorb the soil. So yeah, as it mentions, like the beetroot, the potatoes. I'm not sure what else. Maybe onions even. But okay, it didn't actually give the example of that. So even though you can actually, even though you can actually like, if you actually think like about it and consider like not eating the vegetables just because of that, and then consider like eating some candy or something like that, you'll probably have higher odds of actually getting more lead in from by eating candy than actually eating the vegetables. If you actually think from the whole scope, even though everything is basically still kind of processed, just or maybe it's the same. I'm just overthinking about this, so I might be even wrong. So basically, even if you eat a lot of candy, you'll probably get more sick than actually eating uranium contaminated vegetables. Even though with candy you'll probably get like diabetes immediately, and with vegetables you might be kind of have maybe cancer in like 90 years maybe. So that can still vary. So I would say that so basically it depends on the quantity. So even the very small quantity could be safe. I do not mean for the cyanide or any kind of little stuff, but you could say that just should still kind of consume food that should be still under the safe levels, at least as mentioned by the regulators. As long as it's under that level, it should be safe. With note that not all regulators are the same, so they might have some differences in their opinions still. So that's why. So I guess that's why like researching and science is still important to actually can find what's actually needed to see if the food is still safe to eat or actually anything is safe to consume or not. Right, I've gone off for a bit. Let me go back to the talking part. So we got stuck in here. So people who work at factories that process uranium work with phosphate fertilizers or live near uranium mines have a greater chance of being exposed to uranium in the air than most of people. That's basically when you try to work in a factory. Most of the work kind of ends up that most of the particles go in the air and you can actually inhale that. So that's why you can actually have higher odds of getting uranium or anything like that in your mouth by that point. So larger than normal amounts of uranium might also enter the environment from accidental discharges from uranium processing plants, which I assume it's not something like Chernobyl, I think. So how can uranium enter and leave my body? So if you were to breathe in uranium dust, most of it will leave the lungs when you cough or breathe out. However, you might swallow some of the uranium you breathe in as your body removes the uranium from your lungs. Some of the uranium in your lungs will enter your blood, pass through the kidneys, and be eliminated in the urine within a few days. A small amount may stay in your lungs for years. So this can be, I think that this might be close like to some kind of to like asbestos, I think. So even though you kind of breathe it in, it's going to stay in there. So it's not going to live for a long time. I think like asbestos kind of caused a lot of damage in that case. Like everything, it looked like completely perfect solution, and then when you notice that it's actually pure cancer, yikes. So since uranium is present all over the Earth, everyone normally eats or drinks a small amount of uranium daily. So that's a very small quantity in that case. When it enters your body this way, about 99% of it lives within a few days in your feces and never enters your blood. Uh, okay, it's a small amount is okay, but assume that that does not mean that you can just eat like the whole block of uranium and think that you'll be safe. That's the deadly part. So since uranium is present all over the wait, that's what I actually repeated, right? Yeah, I did. So a small amount of uranium, about 1%, will enter the blood. The most of this will pass through the kidney and be eliminated in the urine in a few days. Oh wait, I keep repeating the same thing. So a small amount goes to your bones and may stay in your bones for years. A very small amount, about 1 out of 5,000 of the weight of an aspirin tablet is found in most people, mainly in their bones. Although uranium is radioactive, the type of radiation it gives out cannot go through your skin, so natural uranium that's outside of the body is not hazardous. Oh god, I keep messing that word. Hazardous. Hazardous. When uranium gets inside of your body after eating it or drinking it or cut through cuts in your skin, radiation and chemical toxicity are of concern to health. So how can it actually affect my health? So we do not know for certain if natural uranium is dangerous to human health, although evidence of kidney effects were seen in people who work in uranium mines. Animals have developed kidney disease after they have been exposed to large amounts of natural uranium in food, in the drinking water, in the air, or on the skin. There's always a concern about getting cancer from any radioactive material. Natural uranium has very low levels of radioactivity and has not definitely been shown to cause cancer in humans or animals. Nevertheless, it is possible that you could develop cancer from swallowing or breathing large amount of natural uranium, because the greater your exposure to a radioactive material, the greater your chance of developing cancer. This is particularly true for enriched uranium that has been made more radioactive. Cancer may develop many years after swallowing or breathing a radioactive material. Just being natural uranium is very little danger to your health because most of the radiation given off by uranium cannot go through your skin. We do not know if natural uranium causes reproductive effects or birth defects in humans, but animal studies suggest that uranium may affect reproduction and the developing fetus. So basically, you don't actually eat goddamn uranium blocks or any kind of ingots of uranium in general. What? Even though, like, I've seen on Reddit like some kind of pictures of those, how to say, like orangey looking metal things that that's like radioactive and that has lots of calories, but technically it can kill you. Okay, so what levels of exposure has resulted in harmful health effects? So small amounts of uranium are always in your body, and these amounts are not known to affect your health. Some uranium miners have developed lung cancer. This cancer is not from the uranium itself, but from the high levels of radioactive radon gas, which is formed when uranium decays. So basically, at this point, so when the uranium actually decays, so it's actually going to actually is it even safe to say like produce other other materials, which in this case can actually include the radon, so which actually says it's actually radioactive, and so it's actually the indirect cause of getting cancer at this point. So animals that ate food, drank water, or breathed air that had high levels of uranium dust have developed kidney damage. That's what we actually know from before. The extent of kidney damage depends on how much uranium gets into their bodies and on the chemical form to which the animals are exposed. Animals can eat or breathe large amounts of some forms of uranium without having any health problems at all. Hold on a sec. They breathe large amounts of some forms of uranium without having any health problems at all. So I assume that there is still some kind of limit that you can actually eat without getting some kind of damage. So let me see the tables to see actually how to see if there's any details about it. Come on, just make sure that just let me hope that this is actually working. Oh no. Now the Wayback Machine is actually escaping at this point. So I assume that we are not going to see anything. Is that really what it is, or yeah? Damn it. So we cannot actually see the goddamn tables. I was actually hoping that we would actually at least see the pictures, but no luck. Let me just see if this is actually even still accessible today. No, it's not accessible. So no luck with that either. Okay, let's go back and maybe find something more interesting. Let me see if this... So this is just freezing. Same story. Maybe I need to find something with something more interesting, I think. What about the humor? Chemistry humor. The hydrogen monoxide research division. Let me see what's this. So dihydrogen monoxide, that's like H2O, right? Like that like I did hear that's like the most lethal thing ever, under the quotes. Yeah, sorry, Jacob. Yeah, for the redirecting to the Wayback Machine, that's kind of the fault of my proxy server. So basically, that's not supposed to happen, but it actually happens, and I cannot find a way to actually fix that at this moment. So I'll probably have to fix it in the future. So don't worry about that, but you probably have to worry about maybe my sanity. Okay, back to this. So welcome to the website for the dihydrogen monoxide research division, DMRD, currently located in Newark, Delaware. Is it Delaware? Okay, once again, currently located in Newark, Delaware. The controversy surrounding the hydrogen monoxide has never been more widely debated, and the goal of this website is to provide an unbiased data clearinghouse and a forum for public discussion. Explore our many special reports, including the DHMO FAQ, my mistake, a definitive primer on the subject, plus reports on the environment, cancer, current research, and an insider expose about the use of DHMO in the dairy industry. The success of this site depends on you, the citizen concerned about the hydrogen monoxide. We welcome your comments and your suggestions. So what's in here? Let's see if we can actually read this again. Acme Clan bottles where yesterday's food is here today. Let's see what's... No, it's Clan bottle still. Let's let it load for now. So searching for one-sided surface, need a zero volume bottle, Want the ultimate DHMO safe topology? Yes, yes, absolutely. Where can I actually find the text in here that that doesn't stop that quickly? Oh, there it is. So, need a zero volume bottle, search for one cent suppress, ultimate non-orientability. Oh, god damn it. Acme Klein bottle. Isn't that like the bottle that cannot actually fill, or or you can fill it but you cannot drink from it, or I cannot actually remember what was the case about that. Klein bottles, Klein is closed, non-irritable, odor-free manifolds sold anywhere. Oh gee, anywhere in all three spatial dimensions. These elegant bottles make great gifts, fantastic classroom displays, and inferior mouse traps. With its circle of singularities, an Acme Klein bottle can be said to exist inside of itself, especially handy during time reversals. So let's see. Let's see for the classical climate. Ah, okay, that makes more sense at this point. So basically, it's a bottle that you cannot fill it in, I think, right? It should be right like that. I remember seeing something like that before, but I never actually mentioned buy it. Or actually, can I actually buy it on Amazon though? Let me just check for a bit. It should be. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me check this again. So it's a Klein bottle. Right, it's actually a thing. So let me just switch for a bit. So you can actually see that this actually kind of exists. It's like the bottle. I assume that, but oh yeah, it's actually like inside out. So that's kind of the point of it. Okay, let me switch back because we're not supposed to be on the modern web. We're supposed to be on old web. The scroll bar. Okay, Jacob. The scroll bar doesn't hate me. The mouse hates me, and the drivers also hate me. All those two things hate me. That third thing is actually just the victim of that. And maybe blame the bit of Internet Explorer itself when it actually messes up. So here's the Acme's most popular design, the elegantly curved classical Klein bottle. The smooth curves of an Acme classical Klein bottle create an extremely low coefficient of aerodynamic drag, where they work in most common fluids, including air, deionized water, carbon dioxide, and high fructose corn syrup. Yeah, I'll agree, Jacob. It's still a very weird bottle. But I also keep forgetting how the hell the logic it works in here. I just looked quickly for the Klein bottle on Amazon, and now I cannot actually remember why it's so special. Like, this picture feels wrong at some point. Like, is there a hole in there? Like, if it actually goes in here, then it goes here. Or, I don't know. I mean, I think it does. Like, there is a hole in here that can actually enter, but it actually cannot go out, I think. So it's actually available in three sizes: big, medium, and baby. So all are topologically identical. Each is handcrafted of clear borosilicate glass for your manifold enjoyment. I think there is a difference between some glasses. Like borosilicate, I think that's one of the older kind of material glasses that are kind of, I think they are heat resistant, or wait, or maybe it's not. Like, I know that one kind of glass is like heat resistant, like resistant from actual breaking, and one is actually shock resistant. So when you actually throw that glass, it won't actually break, but when exposed to the heat, it will actually explode. And the previous one that's heat resistant is vice versa. So if you actually throw that one, that one will explode when it drops. Even though it's kind of odd that we have like two type of glass types, two glass types, and each one of those has like some kind of advantage and disadvantage, and there's no balance to it. Okay, let me see if I can get a big bottle. All right. So from here, as you can see, so the liquid goes from here to the top and then in here, and basically I don't think you can actually get it out anymore, right? So it's a one-sided surface negative curved with a side loop of making a transverse puncture at the nexus. An acme classical client bottle is big enough to show to a classroom, yet slides easily into your backpack for trips across the Yukon. With its center of gravity directly over its base, your Acme classical client bottle stands on its own. No need for external stands, complex levitation apparatus, or unreliable anti-gravity fields. We don't have any of those either way. Well, actually we do, but it's probably expensive as hell. With its center of gravity directly over its base, your Acme classical client bottle stands. Oh wait, I'm repeating myself. Gee. Unlike those inferior 4-dimensional client bottles, you can fill your Acme client bottle with water. An ordinary white bottle cork fits the mouth, so you can completely fill the reservoir and sidearm with no leakage. So what are the instructions in that case? Don't just pour my mouth is going to actually explode. Oh, you might be actually right, Jacob, about that. So let me just say. So don't just pour water into your Acme client bottle. The water will firm the sidearm and then vapor lock. Instead, hold your bottle horizontally underwater in a basin, bucket, or sink. Rotate it around its main axis. With each rotation, some air will bubble out. Once filled, add a drop of food coloring. You can, but don't have to, seal your filled client bottle with a cork. For Acme's classical and bottom-mount Erlenmeyer client bottles, use Acme cork part 713-9A, $350. Jesus Christ. These corks are also available for free at most good Italian restaurants. Oh yeah, I just thought that for a second that I was mentioning a Italian restaurant that actually provides those client bottles, but then I remember there's no logic to that. So then I actually remember that as those restaurants actually have wines and they have actual corks, then that's fine. So we do not yet manufacture corks for the top-mount client bottles, half pints, and real little client bottles. As soon as our bonsai cork tree matures, we'll let you know. For those who cannot spell, this link will take you to a different spelling of client bottle. Not recommended since it's boring. So what's in here then? So client bottle, one-sided bottle. It's a one-sided surface made from a pair of Mobius loops. For more information about the client bottle, including client bottles and hand-knit woolen client bottles, click here or go to clientbottle.com. The client bottle is a closed, non-orientable, boundless mathematical manifold. It can be immersed in 3 dimensions. So, and we're back in here. So yeah, it's a very odd loop. Whew. Let's see for the hat. So this is like a hat that actually also has where you actually put it in, or single-sided non-reactable wool manifold. Oh, that's it. So, oh, okay, again with the scrolling. We will skip the text for a bit, and you can see now this. So yeah, so that behind seems like it's. Oh god, it's also like the endless loop with the hat in this case instead. Maybe I could maybe we can actually find that still in the future. I'll have to see if we can actually buy it once, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll see it in the future. Should So you should get one of those bottles. Well, Jacob, I think I should. Well, I just don't know how should I use it. Maybe okay. I'll probably have to figure out how to fill it, and but also have to figure out if we can actually clean it up. And I actually don't want to actually end up with the bottle that I cannot actually make it empty anymore. But that then kind of kills the point of actually having the bottle, though. Maybe I'll get the small one. Maybe at some point, or see. Hopefully, it's not going to be something terrifying. Let's just minimize this and go back over here to the hydrogen monoxide page. So where were we? We click at this and let's see if we can actually find something in special reports. So we have urgent bulletins provided as public service, brand new feature, alerts. Let's see, February 28th of February 2000. If it actually loads. It doesn't. 15th of March. Nope. 38th March. Oh, god damn it. It's not actually going to load at all, right? Nope, it's not found. At least one page maybe. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me just dig for a bit and see if we can actually extract any possible link from here. I need to go to actual Wayback Machine web page. So I need to go to actual Wayback Machine page and see if I can actually get anything from here. Even though this website seems to be still online even today. Even though I'm just checking the old websites though. So let me. I can actually go with the wildcard. Okay, let's see. Okay, alert. Alright, I think I'll manage to find one alert at least. So let's go with this one. I think that this should one be available. Ah, here it is. Finally. So alert, alert, alert. Let's keep that for a bit. So title Hawaiian DHMO threat found on 30th of March 2000. Was that actually what I actually even not checked? Hold on. March 30. Wait a second. Oh, now I get it why it didn't work. It actually tried opening the wrong page in that case. Alright, so let's see. So 30th of March 2000, reporting from Tom Burnett at Hawaii with this alert. So the DHMO threat prevalent in Hawaii. Significant levels of dihydrogen monoxide have been detected in the Hawaiian Islands. During December of 1999, 11 inches of, or 28 centimeters of rain fell, all of it confirmed to have extremely high amounts of DHMO. Dihydrogen monoxide contaminated water finds its way into storm drains, gullies, streams, and even drinking water supplies. Findings also indicated that DHMO is used as a growth enhancer been sprayed by Hawaiian farmers on crops, a fact that is typically ignored by newscasters or newscasters. Yeah, newscasters. Reports of a DHMO-related incidents, including a shark attack that occurred immediately following the previously mentioned DHMO contamination incident, are just coming to light. The day after 11 inches of rain fell, dumping many thousands of kilograms of raw DHMO into a pristine coral reef off the coast of Hawaii, a surfer that in that very coral reef was bitten by a shark. Several days later, a member of a scuba tour in the area suffered several minutes of serious respiratory distress after accidentally inhaling some of the DHMO. Support the cause. Tell a friend about DHMO.org. Tom.K, director of research at DHMO.org, Dihydrogen Monoxide Research Division, email dhmo@dhmo.org, web http www.dhmo.org. If I actually want to make this a bit more of sense, I'll just say it this way. So the significant levels of rain has been detected in these Hawaiian Islands. During December of 1999, 11 inches of rain fell, all of it confirmed to have extremely high amounts of water. So the water finds its way into storm drains, gullies, streams, and even drinking water supplies. Findings also indicate that water is also used as a growth enhancer when sprayed by Hawaiian farmers on crops. Basically, rinsing, how to say, is it like rinsing the soil, or I guess it is like spraying the soil with water, basically. And for the incidents, basically including a shark attack, which occurs inside of water because they live in water. And yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, if we actually check like the day's clickbait stuff, the clickbait basically became a realistic the clickbait actually became like a realistic lie. So even though this is a parody and we all actually know this is a joke, the clickbait basically says it's not a joke, but it actually gives like false facts in this case. So I'm kind of surprised that even at this point we're still actually we're not actually able to figure out what's actually real and what's still kind of fake, unless some expert actually proves that otherwise. But when that's actually proven, then it's kind of too late. Oh wait. Oh my god. So now this works fine. So I spent so much of time actually reading the text, and you can actually read it like this. Oh dear god. This thing really fails. It's incredible. Alright, let's go back in here. So we had the alerts part. Let's see. Well, getting clickbaited on the old net was still kind of a thing, I assume. This is obviously a joke, but you probably still have like lots of those websites or actually news under the quotes, or actually tabloids, that just still use clickbaits, but they were not that effective before like they are now. So I think it's still kind of the thing. It just managed to gain more attention. Let's see if we can actually see this example of spam email in here. So unfortunately, somebody has been illegally sending out the following spam email message below, claiming to oh damn it, once again the scrolling. So the following spam email message claiming to be from the HMO organization. This email message is not from our organization nor any of our representatives. Gee. Wait, maybe just not using the scroll scroll, how to say, scroll button, we should be fine. So looking at the header, this is clearly a fake or spoof email indicated by received fields. Once this email comes from unknown with a IP address claiming to be dhmo.org. The IP address results to a domain other than dhmo.org, which goes to like ostec.com. Let's see if we can actually open this. Let's open one more page. Oh, yeah, damn it. Without the plus. There is something in here. Oh, there are. Hold on. I have a minor feeling that this isn't too good. Hold on a sec. I'm checking the logs in here, and there is something in here, and I still kind of fear what it actually is. Alright, so let's just close it, because maybe we should not know at this point. So it is hilarious simple to spoof someone's email. Jacob, I would say you were right, even though there is a minor difference with that. So these days we basically have few more defense systems for that. Like, now I have to actually know the acronyms. So SPF and DMARC, I think. Let me just check. So SPF for mail. So that should be Sender Policy Framework. Let me just open that for a bit. Wait. Again, the secure thing. Right, so yeah, so this is one of those security measures for the email that you said that it's still kind of possible to spoof. So even if it's possible to actually spoof the email, you can still kind of send it, but then it actually depends on another server, email server, to actually see if that mail should be like treated as spam or not. So you can still kind of send it, or there's still a possible to actually make the email to bounce back, which means that the mail won't be actually sent, but it will actually be rejected back. So this is actually designed by Meng Wong. I never actually expected that someone would be actually named Meng Wong. Or this is a joke, right? This is Wikipedia from 2004 apparently, and I have no idea if this is actually legit or not. Yeah, I have no idea at this point. So as far as I'm very basically, I'm not sure how should I even explain this part though. Only like there is like the DMARC check and this, but I did actually apply that for my how to say email domain, but for me, as far as I've tried it out, I still have no idea how should it work. So I basically assume that it's basically a check to check if your domain basically belongs, if your domain where the actual mail is being sent from is actually matching the actual server, actual domain, or the owner. I don't know. There's so many things in the email logic that it's actually becoming so insane or difficult to actually to host your own email at this point. I'm already going dry at this point. So back to this. So claiming for this, coming from anonymous, common technique to hide the true identity, and to actually how do you actually respond. So if you actually receive an email and think it might be spam, you can either treat it as the annoyance that it is and simply delete it, which you should, or you can examine the header and attempt to send the email to the postmaster at sorry, or root at of the domain you find. I think that most of those domains are basically kind of, no, those, how to say, usernames of those emails are usually not really news, or rarely news. I think I have never seen anyone actually using postmaster or root, but I think it's still kind of possible depending on the situation. So ask them nicely to look into it. Usually they will sending a strongly worded message to the perpetrator or even canceling their account. Oh dear god. One more word. Again, the following spam email did not come from us, and it's included here with a mailing address blocked out for informational purposes only. So the actual spam email comes with the subject called the invisible killer. So the hydrogen monoxide is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and kills uncounted thousands of people every year. Most of these deaths are caused by accidental inhalation of DHMO, but the dangers of dihydrogen monoxide do not end there. Prolonged exposure to its solid form causes severe tissue damage. Symptoms of DHMO ingestion can include excessive. Let me try to do this like the way that those medical commercials do. Symptoms. God damn it. Symptoms of DHMO ingestion can include excessive sweating and urination, and possibly a bloated feeling, nausea, vomiting, and body electrolyte imbalance. For those who have become dependent, DHMO withdrawal means a certain death. Oh gee. Dihydrogen monoxide is also known as hydroxyl acid and is the major component of acid rain. Contributes to the greenhouse effect, may cause severe burns, contributes to the erosion of our natural landscape, accelerates corrosion and rusting of many metals, may cause electrical failures and decrease the effectiveness of automobile brakes, has been found in excised tumors of terminal cancer patients. Contamination is reaching epidemic proportions. Oh, that's kind of badly said. Contamination is breaching epidemic proportions. Ah, gee. So quantities of dihydrogen monoxide have been found in almost every stream, lake, and reservoir in America today. But the pollution is global, and the contaminant has been found in it oh gee. I keep slipping off every few seconds. So let me just get some water for a bit, and I'll just try to finish this off quickly as much as possible. Sorry. Oh dear god. I just realized that I was actually drinking dihydrogen monoxide. So I'll probably get killed in a few minutes, maybe. Oh, so Meng Wang Wang is not a joke. So it's an actual RFC, Adam. Let me check for a bit. Wang Wang. Hold on a sec. Yeah, you are actually right. So there is actually actually the RFC for the standard policy framework in that case. So you're literally right at this point. Even though it kind of sounds like a joke, but I'll probably have to apologize in that case because we probably have like those insane names that we can that still kind of sound funny in some ways. Okay, I didn't actually read Jacob's text fully, so now I'm just quoting Jacob. I actually do have a burner email for containing spam. My goal is to get this disposable email to get as much spam as possible and to get it to be a part of database leak. I'm like trying to expose the shit out of it. LOL. So Jacob, in this case, you're basically making a honeypot for spam, as far as I assume, and that's kind of still a good idea in some situations. So I can actually see if something actually gets leaked. You'll actually know where did it actually leak from. So that's actually a good way, one of the good security measures. I would uh, I would say that that's still a like solid option as long as you have like a proper email that's not being used for something else. As long as it's for just junk mail and you have the resources for that, it should be fine. Okay, back to the spam email. So I was stuck in the quantities in here, it causing the damage of lots of damage in the US. So despite the danger, dihydrogen monoxide is often used as an industrial solvent and coolant in nuclear power plants in the production of styrofoam as a fire retardant. Not the best one if used for oil, for example. In many forms of cruel animal research, in the distribution of pesticides, even after washing, produce remains contaminated by this chemical as an additive in certain junk foods and other food products. It's also, I think it's also used like in beauty products. You can see in many places that there's like a mention of the ingredient called aqua, which is basically dihydrogen monoxide or basically water. Unless there's something I'm missing. So companies dump waste DHMO into rivers and the ocean, and nothing can be done to stop them because this practice is still legal. The impact on wildlife is extreme, and we cannot afford to ignore it any longer. The American government has refused to ban the production, distribution, or use of this damaging chemical due to its importance to the economic health of this nation. In fact, the Navy and other military organizations are conducting experiments with DHMO and designing multi-billion dollars devices to control and utilize it during warfare situations. Hundreds of military research facilities receive tons of it through a highly sophisticated underground distribution network. Many store large quantities for later use. The horror must be stopped. Act now to prevent further contamination. Find out more about this dangerous chemical. What you don't know can hurt you and others throughout the world. Please send $3 or whatever amount you wish to DHMO, PMV, XXX, yada yada, HDW, yada yada yada, Harrison, Arizona, yada yada yada. Please include your email address for fastest response. Under bill section 1618, title 3 passed by the 105th US Congress, this letter cannot be considered spam as long as we offer you a no-cost way to remove your mail and email from our listserv address book. To be removed from this listserv's address books, please email remove@dhmo.org and we'll promptly honor your remove request. Oh gee. Whew. Don't worry, my email is not used for personal use, my burner email. Sure, your burner email should be fine in that case. I'm not sure if you're using like kind of some kind of like self-hosted server for that, or you have like some kind of other service like those disposable mail services like 10-minute mail, Gorilla Mail, Mailinator, So I use at least the Mailinator, but yeah, there are many options for that to try out or check. Okay, we'll go back in here, see if we can actually find something else still. Okay, so let's see what they have in store. If it's actually going to open the store. Oh, yes! Comic Sans. One of the most professional fonts ever. DHMO.org welcomes you to our click and shop store. We invite you to show your support of our cause by following the 3 easy steps to the left. We accept credit card payments using PayPal for your convenience. We are pleased to announce that official DHMO kills and ban DHMO t-shirts are now available. You can help us to continue spreading the word about dihydrogen monoxide by purchasing one or more of these high-quality 100% cotton t-shirts. They make great gifts for yourself, coworkers, friends, family, and that geek, nerd, dweeb, or chemist in your life. Our shirts are DHMO free under the trademark. So check out those other exclusive products from DHMO.org. The official DHMO factbook is a clearly written sourcebook detailing the surprising facts of dihydrogen monoxide. Conduct your own research with your DHMO hazard while a safe way to present the hazards of the dihydrogen monoxide. Teachers will find our DHMO educator's kit particularly handy with its materials and lesson plans for teaching about the dangers of dihydrogen monoxide. And yes, these products are really available. Domestic shipping USA using UPSP priority mail to this. International shipping up to £50 via global priority mail, 3 to 5 days above global economy parcel post surface 4 to 6 weeks. Orders are normally sent out within 1 to 2 weeks. Oh gee. If Axel keeps speaking like that, I'll probably faint. Okay, so let's see the t-shirts. I was hoping for actually real shirt, but this can actually apply. So let's see. So DHMO kills dangers death by inhalation, corrodes metals, bloating and nausea, electrical short circuit, how do you say it? Circuit. Never mind. Tissue damage and burns, soil erosion, brake failure, disaster and destruction. Uses animal research, abortion clinics, nuclear plants, chemical warfare, performance enhancers, torture, cult rituals, fire suppression, places, cancerous tumors, cleaning solvents, prisons and hospitals, acid rain, pharmaceuticals, lakes and streams, industrial waste, baby food and beer, ban dihydrogen monoxide. So yeah, this is all technically true, but DHMO is still water. It can still kill you if you like drown yourself in it. Okay, let's see this one. So this is just ban dihydrogen monoxide, the invisible killer. No DHMO. Oh, and it's on a sale. Oh, but they have like one large and extra large only. Today we have like from extra small to like XXXXXXL sizes. So that's kind of already a variation in that case. Let's see for the fact book and vial. Well, there's no complete image of that, but we can see at least how it should look like. So it should be a fact book about to actually discover more about DHMO in this case. So, and this is a vial to, let's say, a safe, sealable, leak-proof polyethylene container for handling and displaying deadly dihydrogen monoxide, labeled as a poison, corrosive, and oxidizer, will hold 5 milliliters. Comes with filling and handling instructions and a certificate of authorization. So I think in here, I'm not sure if this thing in here, that should be like that image of how to say, those danger signs, but I'm not sure which ones. Let me just see. I actually remember seeing about the fire diamond, but that does not look like the fire diamond in this case. So I'm not sure if there's like something similar to it, like some kind of special signs or not. So technically, just hit. I'll just treat it as a hazard symbol in that case, even though it's not kind of standard. But I remember saying that there was like this should be one marked with as a corrosive. Let me just check. Corrosive. God damn it! How did it actually go? Corrosive. Okay, I think I found something. Hold on. Okay, let me just show this in a bit. Just note what I meant in this case. So yeah, so basically, yeah, the corrosive substance, and this is basically that corrosive icon that you could see in on that previous on that vial. So that's basically this thing in here. Let me go back for a bit, and what's next? Educator's kit. So basically, this is all in one collection, and for the discounts, so yeah, if you actually get like $50, so 5%, then all more. Yeah, that's fair. They have a fact book, Jacob, but I assume that's just basically all that in a nutshell. Like probably a few pages that probably have that. Actually, they have 24 pages. Yeah, in this point we actually cannot see the card because this is basically broken. And then we actually like confirm and pay, and then go to PayPal and maybe get screwed. Alright, let's return back in here. Is there anything else? I think that's enough in here. Let's go back to the Google directory. It should be, I should rather say, open directory. This is not actually Google's. This is actually the open directory project. Let's see, Cesium songs. Songs of Cesium. Translations from the Swedish. Translated on Randall C. Nelson, Computer Science Department, University of Rochester, New York. The ancient manuscripts from which these songs are derived are fragmentary, and consequently the accuracy of the following translations must be taken with a grain of cesium chloride, assuming salt. Not the kitchen salt, but one variation of salt. In places, the translator has filled in the gaps to the best of his ability using available knowledge about the culture and traditions of ancient Scythia, much of which is itself controversial. Legitimate questions may certainly be raised. See, for example, the comments on number 117. To add in perspective, the songs are presented in the order in which they are translated rather than numerical order, as the translators learned much during the process of translation. The effort is an ongoing process, as the collection of available fragments is vast and new translations may be added in this kernel periodically. For now, enjoy singing and hail season. Alright. For non-season files, season is the most electropositive and sublime element known as such merits praise, worship, or just a moment. Sorry, kind of got stuck. Got spam for a bit. Okay, sorry, so I'm just checking again. Curious, can you try to search something in Google and it will take you to Wikipedia? Because that it behaves differently, I think. Just note that anything that I actually have to submit in here is not possible, because let me just try to explain it in here. So if I try to enter like, let me try to go back to Google completely. So we try to search like orange. Oh dear God, it actually works still. What I actually wanted to say is the problem here is that when you try to like submit the request in here, that has to be like archived still, but I don't remember. But archive.org, but Wayback Machine probably doesn't archive anything by submission here. It only probably archives basically on the links that they were archived in general. So if I try to go with like lemon, oh, not in here. Lemonade. And I mean, you can. Ah, dear God. Maybe it's actually possible, but. At the other point, you can also say that it's actually going to throw something in here. So if I try to remove those extra parameters, I just go with like the question with parameter for lemonade, and no. So apparently it needs to be very lucky in this case. So orange works. So I assume that apple can work. Oof, that's actually quite late. This is from, I think it's like from 2009 or 2010. Yeah, this is very late. So yeah, most of those queries will not actually work. I mean, they will work if they were archived. So this still doesn't work as actual Google, even though I can actually set it up as to make it work as an actual Google, but it will not actually truly work. Let's see. So if I try internet, well, this will actually depend on the way we actually can try looking up in general. So I guess that's one of the ideas that we can actually try out in the future. Maybe not now. I'm kinda feeling sick from this. So basically, Wayback Machine managed to archive some search results, and with that we can actually still kind of browse the web in that case. Just take note that there are no promises that this will work. Okay, back in here, I want to check the songs here. Oh. So it's basically the lyrics. So let me remind it's already Christmas in here. No, not Christmas already. It's basically it's technically Christmas season, as you probably have like lots of those Christmas decorations outside and all of that. So might as well try to sing at least this song. So oh season or oh Christmas tree. Oh. Okay, I feel like I'm going to embarrass myself with trying to say this. So here it goes. Oh cesium, thy spectrum though does please you, thy sky blue lines in the plasma's fire, though dreams of light like oh. Hold on a sec, I made it wrong. The spectrum does please you, The sky blue and still plasma fire, the jeans of ice like inspire. O cesium, thy spectrum though does Elysium. Oh gee, dear God, I cannot continue with this. This feels embarrassing, literally embarrassing as hell. I cannot do this any longer than I can. Eh, I'll, oh dear God. There's so many songs in here, and I really don't actually want to play it. I was hoping that there would be some kind of midis instead, not something that I actually have to quote myself on. I need to go back to the directory page. So we have to. So let's see. Is there something else in here? Let's see for the chemical compounds gallery. Maybe that's gonna be something more normal. I hope so. Jacob, please just don't tell me to actually sing any kind of song in this case, or I'm just going to faint from embarrassment in that case. Okay, so this should be an option to check the file structure for chemical. Oh, whoops. Chemical compounds gallery. But apparently that does not work. So what? So where does this go? Check deep data. Let me see if I can actually extract anything in here. Okay, thanks, Jacob. That gives me a bit of relief. Now I'm just going to check out on the Wayback Machine about this. If we can actually find something. Hold on a sec. There is something. Whoa. There seems to be something archived, but So there is something archived, but it seems to be loading the one that's not found. So basically anything after 2001 apparently doesn't seem to be working. But something from after 2003 it does work. So let me try to fetch the one from here. So just give me a moment to actually switch. So this is actually the image that's called like a one structure. So it actually said like mental and without mental. So I don't know. I guess I'm not a chemist at this point, so I cannot figure it out at this point. Let me see if I can actually find a wildcard. We might be able to find some other gifts in this case, and maybe we'll probably have something. No, nothing. Oh, okay, we got something. So which one was this? 1193. Let's see for this one. I know I'm now using the modern browser, but I still have to see if we can actually find anything, or maybe something in. So this is okay. I'm apparently out of contacts after all. This probably requires like being a chemist to actually know how funny it is. But in my case, it's not. I'm probably too dumb. Gamer Machiavellis. Just note, I'm still kind of browsing on the web, so if you still have something to suggest, feel free to mention. For now, I'm just basically browsing the chemistry part of the open directory. Okay, so no luck with this. So this is for banning dihydrogen monoxide. Let's see for the science jokes. Please tell me that there are some good ones, maybe. Oh. Okay, so greetings and salutations. Welcome to my weird and wacky website. There are many different links to be found here. Links varying from really bad science jokes to sports art. Enjoy. So the joke of the month. Two hydrogens are walking along the street. The first one says, "Hey, I think I lost an electron." The second one replies, "Are you sure?" The first one says, "Yeah, I'm positive." Yeah, that's kind of nice one. Usually, if you try to lose an electron, the molecule in that case it should actually become positive in that case. So, yeah, but if it actually gets an electron, then it should be negative. So that can fit. So what will the Newgrounds look like in this current age? Let's check it out. We'll open Newgrounds. So let's see if we can actually Google it. Let's see if we actually type Newgrounds. Let's see if we can actually get it. And we can actually get it from here. Oh, I'm questioning myself. Yeah, let's see Newgrounds in this case. Hold on a sec. It works. It's just the refreshing trouble. Oh, we already have a new message add, and the damn thing froze. Oh, we finally got it. Whoa. Alright. Apparently, Newgrounds works. So we might as well actually play something. Let's see. I think I remember playing War on Terrorism, so we could play that if it still works. Okay, I'm freaking out for a bit. So basically already ads are becoming more like close to the level of being adult. So let me just hope if I'm just going to kill the stream if I actually see something adult, like for the adults in that case, because this is already terrifying. I was hoping to play a game, not seeing porn. So let's just hope not to click this damn thing. Let's just see if we can actually play the game. Just hope it doesn't actually cause something. Wait a second. Let me check if something's broken. Oh, damn it. It's not found. So it cannot work. Damn it. It's one of the better games, but cannot say better, but it was kind of fun. Let's see for the games. Maybe we can find some games. So Polar Rescue. Oh, if I remember this game. Let's see if this one works, and hope that it doesn't cause the ad. Oh Jesus! Oops, my boyfriend just gee, caught me with his best friend. See that old girly zoo. Click now. Oh my god. These ads are terrifying. Let's see if this will actually launch. Give it a moment. Even this doesn't actually load. Hey, there's not any kind of game that I can actually load at this point then. In a roulette at least we're on. So many errors. Ooh. Hold on a sec. Okay, this is technically censored. I'll just... Okay, this is still kind of... The content is still kind of censored, but I've decided to actually just keep it like that. Oh. Oh, gee. And this one probably doesn't load at all. Yeah. Alright, if I actually need to actually try to play something else, let's see. Creator wide maybe might be okay, but let me just make it blank for a bit, because I know I'm freaking out. Oh gee. Okay, it's still kind of safe, I think. So it's just like lots of adult ads, and I don't think that it's actually much that's going to be safe enough to actually browse Newgrounds like this. Let me just try to launch the game again and see if it's going to work. Yeah, no, nothing. Okay, okay, I think I've seen enough for the Newgrounds, and I think we cannot actually browse that at this moment. This will have to be like some kind of insane special, or basically kind of like Patreon only. If I ever have to begin with that. At this point, I'm not going to browse Newgrounds anymore. Let me just close the Newgrounds page if there is any. Oh gee. Whew. There's too much of activity at this point. I mean, Newgrounds itself is probably gay, but okay, but oh, you want to ask Dr. Science? Sorry. Let's open that. Actually, let me go blank for a bit. Okay, it should be safe. Okay, so welcome to the Ask Data Science website, the home of America's foremost authoritarian on the world all around us. Sorry, or at least the world around him. There's a thin line between ignorance and arrogance. Oh god, I've already made too many mistakes. Arrogance. He says, and I only have managed to erase that line. So he's heard the daily on radio stations throughout America. Let's see. What radio stations? So it's a regular feature on these lighted radio stations and on the BBC. If he doesn't carry Dr. Science, call we write to the program director and tell them what they're missing. So this was actually, I'm not sure if this is still kind of going on, or maybe it does, maybe not, but they're I'm not sure, as I don't have the radio. I'm not in the United States at this point. Okay, so there. Read the daily question here. Let's see. The question of the day. Ask Dr. Science. I recently estimated that I remove approximately 20 pounds of lint a year from my dryer. Is it merely coincidence that this is also the exact amount of premium 100% Colombian coffee I consume in the same amount of time? Can I use this to my advantage? Submitted by Charles Gledge from Dallas, Texas. So the answer is it's merely a coincidence. The lint in your dryer mostly comes from fungal organisms that grow in your belly button or between your toes. These are not affected by coffee consumption, though if roasted in your microwave and mixed with oven cleaner, they can work as a coffee substitute if you're desperate. Uh, desperate. And I'm assuming you are a desperate soul, especially after your confession that you've taken the time to weigh your dryer lint. Not much happening in weekend nights. Don't feel bad. You're probably a sociopath who finds solace in exact measurement. Join the club. Let's see if we can actually find any more questions. Let's see the vault. Oh no. This only means that we cannot actually find any results in here. Ah, damn it. What's this? Oh wait. Oh wait, that's the source code. How the hell did it actually came out to this? Subject: dry lint and coffee. Audio pitch. Oh dear God. So much of it. The mail, the question. Oh, another survey ad. It sure beats going back to the work you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, thanks for reminding me that I have a job. So that's today's question. What can I buy from Dr. Science? Personalized Dr. Science greeting. Master's degree in science mousepad. Oh, so that's just the mousepad. So, master's degree in science. To all who read these presents, how do you actually say this? H. Oh, howdy. Thanks, Durik. Okay, to all who read these presents, howdy. Whereas the bearer of this certificate has dutifully completed the academic discipline of the Fortress of Arrogance at http www.drscience.com as prescribed by the affected authority and affixed signature hereabouts the degree of Esters me Egridae in Scientia et Scientis is hereby conferred upon the candidate together with all of the rights, privileges, honors, and marks of distinction which everywhere pertain thereto, in perpetuum in aeternum et ad infinitum et ad nauseam. Dr. Science in nomine Dr. Science. Cogitat ergo cavitat bullitzer. Reading this is very complex. Not sure what's the font, but it's one of those medieval ones. Thanks once again for the howdy mentioning. Okay, what else? As Dr. Science CD and screensaver. Wait, can we actually see the full picture? Oh no, we cannot. Oof, scrolling. The photo for the Techno bundle for the nerd who wants everything. So this pack includes the fabulous new Dr. Science CD containing 64 minutes of educational mirth, a 100 question screensaver program to load onto your favorite Windows machine, that ever handsome, always impressive master's degree in science mousepad. Add Dr. Science to your cyber world and save nearly $5 in the bargain. A wonderful gift for graduation or exam cramming. You save $4.90 bucks on this bundle. And then there's the ultimate gift. So Dr. Science makes house calls. In fact, you can hire him to give a presentation and/or answer questions on any subject for your special occasion. So basically, you can actually just like pay up so you can actually see him in real life. That actually implies to be actually in real life, but that's not a defined price though. I wonder what the screensaver will look like. I have no idea actually. So Jacob, I think we actually need to actually find this thing, or actually find this if anyone actually has that. So let's see if we can actually look it up online. Give me a minor moment. Okay, let's switch to the original web, or to the modern web, and look like for Doctor. What was it like? Dr. Sand's screensaver. Damn it. There's not much of it in the results at this point. Let's see. Let's put it on the quotes. Okay, this is actually the image of Dr. Science. So is that still alive? So this website still works, apparently. So that's nice. Even though it says this is from 2004, apparently. Dear Dr. Science, would you like to swing on a star and carry moonbeams home in a jar? Did you, so this is yada yada. I tried that once and ended up in this psych ward, ostensibly for observation. My research goals were legitimate, though I confess to using some unorthodox investigative techniques, including ingesting a 4-foot pink mushroom with purple polka dots. No context with that. I assume they're alive. The domain still works. Yep. It's still alive. Somehow. It's still alive. Let me just go back to finish this up. So I was stuck with purple polka dots. I seem to be swinging from that star for a millennia too, and when I finally came to in that sterile white room, my mayonnaise jar full of moonbeams merely contained warm yogurt. It took quite a few weeks of intensive therapy and some massive vitamin B injections to get me back on track. I'm doing much better now, so thanks for asking. Oh god, that's really out of context. Oh, and it still mentions the getting the screensaver in here. Let's see. Hello, boys and girls. When I retired 20 years ago, it's year 2002. No, it's year 2022. We were actually on timeline on 2002. This is from 2004, but apparently this person has retired 20 years ago. This is actually may have posted in 2017. So that means that this actually started around 1997. So when I retired 20 years ago, it was to write two books: the unauthorized biography of Dr. Science and Healthy Health and How to Get It. Both books have been strong contenders for the prestigious Library of Congress Best Book Ever Written award. Recently, oh dear God, not again. The Trump administration has proposed appointing me secretary of the Department of Science Applied as a teen veneer covering religious beliefs and providing the filmiest hint of rationality. We're still working on shortening the title of that department. I will not be surprised. Of course, I accepted their offer and soon plan to go on a sort of permanent vacation, flying first class from exotic destination to far-flung resort. After a few months, I will accept their offer of a golden parachute and resign. Oh dear God. So this thing is this person kept going all this time. Even though the copyright in here is like 2011, 2022, technically it's much more older. But we probably have no clue how we can actually find the screensaver. Let's see for the archives. Oh, not found. So it exists. There is still some archived stuff in there, but it's gonna be actually difficult to find that. Let's see. Let's find the screensaver on the quote. Okay, one more daily message. Okay, that's the same thing in here. Ask data science sites. Let's see. K-12 science sites by Gino Otto. Yeah, that's the her daily on radio stations. It's in the CNetVideo.com's website. You have his question sent to you by email or read it on the internet. So is this actually legit or just like some kind of parody? I don't know. Like the sole reason why it feels like a parody is basically this part, like this question, and then basically mention it ingesting a 4-foot pink mushroom with purple polka dots. Let's see. Let me just look it up online. Is this actually a real thing or not? Oh my god. Hold on a sec. 4-foot pink mushroom with purple polka dots. Is this really it? Oh. Yes. Hold on. So to the what would be says the following. So he retired in the 90s. From what I researched, Dr. Science was like this 80s radio show. It was like a comedy where it gave stupid answers to science questions. Okay, so today has explained it this way. So it's actually an old radio show from the 80s. It was close to comedy to give us stupid answers to actually provide to basically just provide answers that are kind of stupid enough, but still kind of probably will actually end up in some kind of odd sense. Just note that Today is on Twitch and Jacob is on YouTube, so I'm kind of trying to sync up with both of those chats. And sorry about showing this. Why did it actually not redirect? Hold on a sec. I'll just close this. It's already freaking me out. Right, we'll go back. Let's go back in here. Okay, thanks for mentioning to the base. I really need to actually know the better nicknames. Okay. Have you tried searching Nathan's Toasty Tech page? Jacob, I'll probably do that. Let's do that in this case. So we cannot actually find the screensaver. So let's go with finding Nathan's page. Let me go back to virtual machine. And let's go, hold on a sec. Okay, let's go back over here and go with Toasty Tech. So let's first go with Google. Now let's search for Toasty Tech. Let's see if that's archived or not. Nope, it's not archived. Okay, let's see. Toasty Tech. What was the actual? Whoa, sorry. You haven't seen anything. Oh, .com. Whoops. Let's see. Oh, it's closed. Formerly planettext.com, linebacker is closed for optimizing. So I hope to get something back up, but this host only allows 4 gigs of bandwidth a month, so I don't know how will that work. So I'm looking for a new host with better bandwidth. Thanks for all the suggestions people have emailed me. So what are you now missing? Really good screenshots of pre-Windows 1 demo in 1983, Windows 1, Windows 2, 3, 3.110, 3.11, Chicago 95, 98, ME, 98 Live, Windows Tricks, Apple II desktop, GeoS for Apple II, macOS 1, 7.55, Lisa, macOS X, NT 3.1, 3.51, 4.0, 2000, Whistler, XP Betas, Solaris, Linux, Wine, MS Bob, DeskVex, OS/2, OS2 I think, Warp for Mac Windows, Riscox, Central Point Desktop, Norton Desktop, and tons of links to other guy sites. You're all now also missing tons of rants about how Internet Explorer is illegal. A good utility to change the UBS or blue screen of that on Windows 3.5, 3.1, 9, and 9X and ME. A way to turn off the MSI integrated desktop trouble. Some South Park boot screens for 95 and some kind of cool Doom screenshots and levels. I still want to find a copy of VisiCorp Vision application suite. The guy that has the legend has it. Bill Gates survey demoed at a 1982 Comdex that caused him to viz his shorts and run back to his message keys to start work on Windows. Oof. How do you mean that this is a coincidence, Jacob? I think this is probably maintained for much longer. Let's see if we can actually reach plaintext.com with slash line blacken. Let's see, we might find something. Nope, that's closed. So assume that he probably didn't find anything for a while. Right then, let's go back to the Doctor Science and we'll probably wrap up for today soon. So we have probably about 10 more minutes because I'm feeling kinda tired, thirsty, and maybe even hungry. So we were back, so we'll go back to the science store. So in here, so we were stuck on the screensaver part. So we have, and then we have like the cities and W because that's mostly audio stuff now. And finally even the book. So that's basically just all the extra stuff. Let's go back. Let's see if we can actually still find something else. So can we submit a question? Then yeah. So who is Dr. Science? So let's see. For a man who weighs over 300 pounds, who is well past for the prime of his life, who has neither bet or dabbled in social intercourse for over a decade. So that kinda narrows it to every single possible gamer and nerd. Or not sure. Maybe just a gamer in that case. Because I'm still single. I'm still kinda living alone. Yeah, that's close to that. For a decade, Dr. Science is surprisingly normal. I highly doubt it, but let's hope so. Despite this girth and the aroma that follows him around his secret laboratory, the fortress of arrogance, Dr. Science presents an attractive and wholesome picture of the scientist at work. Work is his life. The great academician has no other interests than those subjects that can be studied by science. And for a man with a scope as broad and wide as Western Prairie, that includes everything under the sun as well as a few misshapen blobs in the dark corner of the cellar. One natural subject currently under study by Dr. Science is those pesky UFOs frequently spotted by Kansas farmers and recreational chemical enthusiasts. If you thought that Fox Mulder was an expert, wait until you hear what Dr. Science has to say about flying saucers. Aided and abetted by the aging graduate student Rodney. Let me just open up. Ronnie is a Dr. Science loyal assistant who faithfully reads questions for radio broadcasts. Not much is known about Ronnie and Dr. Science's mom about Ronnie's past and future. It's rumored that Ronnie is a close personal friend of Ian Schwal's. That's oh god, this keeps digging further. Ian Schwal's has a face that looks as if it were hacked from a single piece of granite. It's a mug that it's a mug. It's a mug that has more character than seems reasonable. All harsh planes and clean angles, dominated by a pair of probing eyes set under the sort of eyebrows that do individual tricks on demand. Ian's snarling commentaries can be heard on public radio stations across the country and on Net Insider on the web. Check the Doctor's Smart for more info about Ian's books and CD. This should be the store. One of Ian's recent projects is Pundit Pending, a monthly newsletter of his wit and wisdom. Check out the sample of Pundit Pending and subscribe by ringing 800-9809 3825 or by dropping a message to ian at drscience.com. I have to wonder if that's still even available. Not sure about the telephone number, but I'm not in the US, so I'm not going to call. Even though it's a free call, but I don't know. So what's in here? Let's see if I can actually open this page. So it should be Net Insider. Can you actually? Yeah, it's not found. So never mind. Alright, let me just read up all of this, and I'll probably end up for today. Just to finish up destroying my voice in this case. So, aided and abetted by the aging graduate student Ronnie, Dr. Science has forged light years ahead of his peers, envied by Linus Pauling, despised by Jerry Redding, and once enmeshed in a love-hate thing with Carl Sagan. Dr. Science stands head and shoulders above a dandruff-laden crowd. Both friendless and well-loved, he's an enigma wrapped in a lab coat. Nice. Who actually knew that you can actually have cool scientists in lab coats. So where did Dr. Science come from? Dr. Science first arrived on the science scene in 1985. Rumor has it that he grew up in the vast cornfields of Iowa, but details on this and other questions of origin are sketchy. Earliest reports place him in the company of that motley crew of merrymakers, the Duck's Breath Mystery Theater. I heard something about something called Mystery Theater, but I never managed to understand the thing in here. Basically, I never managed to look up a bit about the mystery theaters like think tanks and shark tanks. So all those tanks and all those theaters in general, I'm still kind of out of context of it. So I'll probably have to look it up maybe in the future. Now back to this to actually finish up. So which radio stations carry Dr. Science? The wit and wisdom of Dr. Science can be heard daily on radio stations across the country. If your favorite station doesn't carry Dr. Science, call or write to the program director and tell them what they are missing. Or better yet, send them to this site where they can hear recorded samples of the Dr. Science shows and hear a recording of the good Doctor's most recent appearance on NPR's Science Friday. Please tell me there are samples. Let's see. Oh no. I mean, I can see RAM and SML files, but I feel that's like just partial. Let's see. Can we? Let's see. Let me try running real media player. I highly doubt that this is possible. Uh, Wait, is this actually using the proxy or? Okay, use the browser proxy in that case. I mean, I did kind of try to fetch it now, but apparently nothing in here. Let's see for this. Yeah. Unless I actually managed to fetch this, let's see. Can actually, is this actually available? Hold on a sec. No, it's not available. God damn it. Why the hell they actually just have to put everything in like a RAM? They should just put like RM file, which is basically the file that could actually work. It's basically just RAM. The RAM file is basically like the metadata, which doesn't have anything. Such a shame. Maybe I'll still probably have to dig around. I mean, find something more of this, or actually find some better way to actually get the data. Is this even accessible? Let's see. Because this Wayback Machine will just only store anything on HTTP, but nothing on anything else. God damn it. I did check out Toast-Tech. Have you seen it? You saw that the page was closed, right? I mean, Jacob, you did actually suggest it, and I've actually done it like, what was it, like maybe 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes ago. Do you want me to check it again? Well, in the meantime, when you actually agree or not, I'll just finish up the following text in here. So, does Dr. Science make public appearances? Dr. Science sometimes consents to leave the fortress of arrogance to impart his supreme wisdom upon audiences or at conferences, company meetings, parties, special events, and college lectures. In recent months, the Dr. Science has helped a Detroit public radio station during the pledge drive, inspired clients at a PR firm's annual retreat. There's the convention goers in San Diego, New York, and Chicago, and helped bring out world peace in various other public appearances. To arrange for Dr. Science to visit your get-together, contact Dr. Science's bureaucracy and message at drscience.com or dial 800-989-3825. Why rent a karaoke machine when you can boost everyone's IQ with a visit from Dr. Science? Oof, that sounds very baby. Does Dr. Science have any friends? Surprisingly, Dr. Science has few friends and associates that help him unravel the mysteries of the universe. Some of them are Ian Schwales, Ronnie, Dax Brit Mr. Theater, and John Julian Albert. Oof. So who is this? Oh, the bird. Oh, so that's him. Oh, wait. Oh, that's her sister. Oh, his sister. Oh dear God. The namings are already kicking in. So I think that's like his kid, I assume. Okay, never mind. I'm unable to actually figure out this any further. It's kind of already odd. Okay. Well, Jacob, I know about the Toast-Tech website, so I can actually open it. Actually, let's see if I can actually open it with RetroZilla in that case. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, Toast-Tech still works in here, so that's no problem. Not going with Internet Explorer being evil, having having guy gallery, and maybe other files, and maybe a few more things. So yeah, Toasty Tech still works like that, just not the archived one. And I think that's gonna be all for today at this point. It's been already 3 hours, and I had like a break for maybe 5 minutes just to drink that dihydrogen monoxide. So in the meantime, let me just give me a moment to actually show the screensaver. And yeah, so yeah, we browsed most of the chemical area where we mostly got stuck with doctor science. We did actually try out Newgrounds, where we nearly got hit with adult ads. We also got tried to browse the bowling, one of the bowling sites, which is like, I think it's like virtual bowl, I think. And we tried to play a few games, and basically a few of them on the bowling website basically crashed the Internet Explorer. Some of them actually failed to load. So yeah, lots of failures and woes. But we also managed to figure out a few more information about the hydrogen monoxide, and hearing myself with that embarrassing cesium song of the Christmas tree. Oh dear God, that's freaking out. So yeah, thanks for staying. Thanks for watching. That's it, and until next time, at least. Bye.